here, guys, to see what is going on. We've got two communities. One community on the left-hand side, Prototype. They have competed with us once before. They went up against Enjoy, if I'm not mistaken, last week and absolutely roasted them. Now, I was a little bit concerned that they weren't going to perform, but they absolutely pulled it out and did a fantastic job. I4NI on the right-hand side. They're a bit of an unknown entity at this stage, so it'll be interesting to see what they're able to pull out the bag, really. You'll be amazed to hear that Amiens is not actually one of the map choices for tonight. We have Feo Fortress, Empire's Edge, and Sinai Desert. So I have got my notes here, a little bit of history on the various maps and so forth. And I've had a little chat with both the team leaders as well prior to this match, and we've just got together, found out a little bit of history about them, what it is that both teams are here to achieve, what their ethos is, and their recruitment status. So in the meantime, guys, I will throw up some details regarding both these teams, and we will be getting underway shortly as well, I would imagine. Just waiting for that 3-minute mark to happen, guys. In the meantime, you can head over to our Facebook page at Hardcore League, or you can check us out on the website at www.hardcoreleague.co. We're Battlefield's pretty much, well, we are Battlefield's only competitive outlet, and there's no one else doing competitive Battlefield 1 on this scale. It's well worth getting involved with, well worth signing up. And there we have it, the two communities for this evening. Deadeye's lovely graphics. For those of you that are interested, guys, a quick look at the old map of Sinai Desert. Just explains a little bit about the strategical overview. You can see in the blue the Ottoman Empire coming over from the east to the west. Making the attack on the Suez in 1914, and then they got gradually pushed back by a coalition of forces back into sort of the east, back towards Saudi Arabia, back towards Jordan, and back up into Palestine. So here we come, reaching the 3-minute mark. I believe the teams will be kicking off at 3 minutes, but they might be waiting for a little bit longer, just trying to get both the communities up to their full capacity. Hopefully, though, it won't be too much longer. As I say, with both these communities being a little bit of an unknown entity, it will be interesting to see what they're able to bring to the table in terms of tactics. Nice to see a few of you in the chat at the moment, guys. Got a very busy weekend coming up here at the Hardcore League, and if you look across the top of the screen, you'll see the text rolling across, and that's got all our matches coming up in the next 48 hours. We've got 12 of them to be precise, so yeah, we're going to be busy. Where's my water gone? Because I'm going to need water. This is going to be impossible without water. No. Well, mug will have to do. So if you enjoy what you're watching, what you're listening to, guys, don't forget to hit that shallow button. Give us a share and a follow. Get involved here at the Hardcore League, Battlefield 1's biggest exclusive competitive scene. Oh, I've just found my cup. Course. Right, just waiting for these two communities. I think they're going off the 5-minute mark. I'm not too sure what the delay is about at the moment. Let me just check my Discord, make sure that there's nothing. Oh right, yeah. Sounds like a lot of them got black screen, and they're just trying to get everybody back in. So, I mean, you guys know by now we've had enough of these matches. You know, for you guys to appreciate that this, you know, for all the organisation that goes in the background, you know, unfortunately we can't control the servers and what they decide to do. So in the meantime, just going to take a look around. It's nice to get a bird's eye view occasionally to see how the buildings are laid out. Just getting a little bit of practice with my camera angles. And it does look like the two communities have spawned in now. Let's just go and take a look and see who spawned in. Just one person at the moment. On his own. Again, not too sure what the plan is here. Just waiting for these guys. Looks like PT spawned in now, so hopefully we should be underway. Right, I've just got word that they're going to be starting at 8 minutes, guys, so just apologies for the delay. But we will be underway now shortly. In the meantime, guys, do give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow. If you've got any friends out there who you think might be have similar interests to you, then tell them to get involved. Tell them to come and give us a watch. Have I got any of my buddies out there? Is Mick James Games out there? Or any? We got any community leaders out there? I see Washed Up, Medicamp. What's going on, my buddy? Shandu, what's going on, dude? Nice to see you back in the chat. Rodriguez Resorts. What's going on, people? It's nice to see you all here. Hot Styles, R4W Squirrel, Boshazin, Ricky Star, all you people, all the adoring fans. Look at that, up to 37 viewers. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Hardcore League staff here. My name's KLW Hitman Pike, esports shoutcaster with the league. Currently, we are 45 seconds out from a 16 versus 16 Conquest Small. And this is going to be a competitive ladder match between Prototypes and I4NI. There's both the communities there for you to have a look and a peruse if you recognise any names out there. No, hasn't started yet. We will be getting underway soon. Right, I'm going to get sat down. I'm going to get settled. Right, okay. Coming up to that 8-minute mark, and already there we see everyone spawning in. That was an absolutely perfect start, guys. Can't fault that at all. So just maintaining in the tabletop view here for a minute. I want to see how both communities approach this. I'm going to be looking to see who gets on golf first, which at the moment it doesn't look like either team has put much priority into getting golf. But the initial home flags are now being set on Alpha and Foxtrot. By the looks of it, no initial flag lead at this stage. It's an air war still at this stage, as the communities have yet to converge. It looks like PT have managed to get some boots on golf, and it looks like we've got quite a big contact developing. So I'm just going to go in on PT Tensified here. He's covering with his buddy in the squad. He's got Squirrel there, he's got Animosity, and he's got the Garbage 101. Now, these guys, I covered them last week, and they perform really well together as a squad. Now, I can't remember whether they were all together as one, but they definitely pulled it out of the hat last week, and I'm going to be looking for something similar now as Tensified just goes and clears out ground floor before moving up to top floor. Just moving on to Animosity. Looks like they've got a contact there. Animosity just going down to someone coming up the stairs. Tensified now looks to be pretty much on his own and surrounded, although he is still taking golf. He's now got a buddy spawned on him, so he's a little bit better backed up now. The Garbage 101. No, Squirrel is just keeping an eye out on those ground floor now with Animosity covering the stairs. Looks like these guys... Oh, Tensified just going down. Didn't actually see where he went down from, but possibly through the window that he was stood against. Garbage is now maintaining the squad spawn as medic, and it looks like he's got a contact. He's overshot, but he's got lucky in the end. I've just realised these guys are going to be playing on core. We do support core and hardcore here at the Hardcore League, so whatever you want, whatever you got. Whatever your needs are, we'll support you guys. Right, looks like these guys are still pushing down on Charlie, and it looks like an initial flag lead is going to the English, and that would be Prototype Gaming. So congratulations to them. Garbage taking a few hits off the building there, but managing to lock it down. Garbage just going down. I think that's Garbage's first death, which is not too bad considering we're now 2-3 minutes into the initial round. 10-5 making use of the Hell Regal factory. Nice high quantity of ammunition there. Nice high fire rate. Very stable weapon. However, it's like you burn through ammunition like a hot knife through butter. Looks like these guys are just struggling to hold out here now at Charlie with a couple of Garbage and a couple of his squad mates just going down there. So I'm just going to nip up to it's your boy Obama here just to see what is going on with this air war. He's currently flying over the ground war that we were just looking at on Charlie. It does look like Charlie is now under a very aggressive attack from the guys over at I4NI. See if I can just get down in between and see what's going on between these guys. And I'm just going to go into director view here because I want to see if I can just gain a bit of a perspective from where these guys are actually set out. At the moment we're seeing a lot of red on there, a lot of blue though now sort of shrieking through that red. It does look like blue's able to stand by Charlie with 1 or 2 reds coming in just from echo direction there in the background. Charlie hasn't really settled yet. It's pretty much constantly been attacked by one of the 2 sides. I've yet to see it actually calm down here, with I4NI making a very serious assault on the outer edges of Charlie flag. But that said, Prototype Gaming are not making it easy for them. They've got a solid position of fire, or rather they did in the building that was just to our 12 o'clock there. Eversniper, Carito and Nation Under God all moving in, and they're going to be a real issue now for those remaining Prototype members. It's easy to say at this stage, I think, that Prototype have had a very good start to the round. They've already gotten a points lead by 40 points there, which, considering, you know, we're playing on a 500 point game, if that develops by another 60 points, I4NI are not going to be in a very good position to be able to come back from that. But that said, both communities are quite new entities. Oh, unfortunately, one of the planes just going crashing there. It's your boy Osama there going down. Unfortunately, looks like he just crashed himself out. Looks like the guys over here have got a little bit of a contact going on. Squirrel just taking out one of the I4NI guys there, and PT still running strong on Charlie out in Delta direction. So just have a look at the tabletop position here, guys. We've still got a points lead in favour of Prototype of 46 points. Currently with I4NI coming up at 106 points behind them. It does look like I4NI, if they get Charlie, they are going to take a flag majority, so they might be able to reduce that that initial points lead that PT have gained on them. That PT have gained on them. But as the map looks at the moment, Charlie isn't going very easily for them, and Delta is also looking like a lost cause, as well as Cavalry now being on Alpha. So I'm just going to take a quick look back into Charlie here and cover our Cavalry man, One Nation Under God, as he moves in, making use of the Cavalry's medic and supplies that it's got. He's going for a flank here at the moment, I can see it. Pushing down towards the south. He looks like he's happy that his 12 o'clock's clear, and he's going to try and get in on the Charlie actual and get into some cover there and be able to defend down towards Bravo direction. However, he has started taking contact fire from Bravo direction. He's going to need to pull back there. He took a good few hits. Needs to let squad mates take the pressure off him for a little bit, and that does look like what he's doing. So just moving along to someone who hasn't just died. Alright, let's just nip back into that tactical mode, have a look at what things are looking like. So we've got, at the moment, we've got Millhouse somewhere below me, I believe. No, that's my bad. There you go, Millhouse in the heavy armour piece at the moment, running with the flamethrower tank, and he's just covering Charlie. See, a lot of armour has already been thought over Charlie at this stage, and there's pretty much not much resistance left on Charlie as it is. just 3 members, but that so far has been enough to maintain the flag. It does look like they're getting some support moving in from Alpha direction. So it'll be interesting to see what they're able to make of this, whether they're able to keep on top of Charlie as a flag, or whether they're going to step off it and hit one of the other flags. Because at the moment they could hit Delta, which is pretty quiet, or they could hit Alpha, but they do seem to not want to be moving away from Charlie flag. I'm not too sure what the rationale is for that. It is quite a hard flag to hold. As is Delta, which is why I prefer to hit the back flags on this map, which it does look like what I4NI are now doing. Just looking up at the tactical view for a second there, got a bit of movement between Bravo and Alpha as Wonder Samurai and his squad, Marcelo, Carito, and Eversniper, make their way into Alpha. Currently unopposed, not much resistance going on. It looks like he's happy that they're secure, but they've realised that there is possible resistance on the 6 o'clock. He's just pulled out after noticing an artillery truck, enemy artillery truck moving in. Now he's going to struggle to land these shots because he's getting pretty well suppressed there. This might be his opportunity just to relocate, get into a better position of cover. Looks like he is going to do that. He's just putting covering fire down whilst his squad mates move in on Alpha Actual and capture the flag, which is great to see. The teamwork, the level of teamwork going on in this squad at the moment is brilliant. He'll obviously be communicating now that they've got an artillery truck inbound. Hopefully one of his squad mates has got the tools required to take out that artillery truck. Just covering Eversniper here as he goes 1-to-1 with the artillery truck, just going down to someone who's providing stag cover on top of the hill there. Millhouse providing stag at the moment for Delta, and things do not look to be going smoothly there as he's taking quite a lot of damage from across towards Bravo direction. One thing I would say is it really doesn't pay to double up your armor like the guys appear to be doing at the moment. We really want to spread that armor out and just basically use 2 or 3 squad mates and a driver who can, absolutely nail in that thing. These guys, Prototype, they do like to spread themselves out. They do like to spread their armor out. And it will be interesting to see whether they continue to use that approach or whether they decide to use a change of tact. Alright, didn't mean to do that. Just lost my position there. Great. Let's just go back to the old tabletop for a minute here. By the looks of it, that points lead hasn't really reduced much at the moment, with PT still running strong. That said, I4NI are currently, they do currently have a flag majority, but Bravo is a swing flag at the moment. It could technically still go either way. I'm just going to take a look at what's going on at Bravo here between the English and the Ottomans. And just covering Sinizim. I don't know whether that's how you pronounce that guy's name, so I apologise for slaughtering your name there. Alright, and he makes cover on Bravo, facing out towards Charlie, making excellent defence there, getting rid of Death Invader and Crazy Gaming. So those guys stood very little chance. He had an elevated position, was shooting down on them. His position was also well reinforced just by natural rock and cover. He was able to manipulate that situation to his advantage, and even though he was outnumbered, it just goes to show how being on that elevated position, not exposed, does give you the advantage compared to that of someone who you're on a similar level with. So I'm just going to push on and see where this gentleman, ZA Bear, is headed. He looks like he's clocked onto the fact that Alpha's getting dropped, and he's going to make his way back there, because currently Wonder Eye Samurai is on his own there with no resistance capping. So that's going to be an issue for the enemy team, because Alpha, it's well placed. It gives them good access to Golf, to Bravo, and to Delta and Charlie. So that is going to be an issue for them, and unless they're able to reduce that threat by killing Wonder Samurai, then I would imagine things are going to look a little bit sticky for Prototype. That said, they are maintaining the points lead of approximately 40 points. It's not a massive lead. It's definitely not a safe lead. I've seen many communities come back from far worse, and yeah, to do this, they really are going to have to keep the pressure up. It's now established a lead of 50 points, but even so, until I start seeing a points lead of at least 100 points, it's hard to really say who is going to be the winning team as we come into the last 150 points of the first map of the first round here. Sorry, first round of the first map, guys. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Lots of comments being lit up there. Do make sure you head over to our Facebook page, Hardcore League, and give it a share, give it a follow. Or you can head over to our Facebook page, hardcoreleague.co, and sign your community up today. Or sign yourself up as a free agent and sign up to one of the communities, one of the many communities. I think it's now 83 communities and 1,883 members, something like that. We've got signed up, so this is definitely the largest sort of competitive outlet for Battlefield 1 at the moment. We're doing it in a very professional sense. Our website is really easily accessible. The whole process is very easy to get involved with. So just back onto Animosity, as he covers Delta at the moment, taking fire from across the street. He wasn't able to put any effective fire down there. And that is going to cost them at Delta, because I don't see any other PT on the flag there. It's oh, there you go. Fallen's just managed to get in, but Crazy Gaming still holds his Overwatch on Delta. And is in a position to interfere, so he should choose. He is being fired at now. He's had to relocate. He's got an enemy tank now moving out between him and Charlie. He's decided to concentrate himself on Charlie objective, taking his eye off Delta. It does look like Washed Up is hunting him down, and Washed Up getting the kill there in the background. Or was it Washed Up, actually? Didn't actually see who the kill was there. I thought it was Washed Up, but perhaps not. The moment, again, the two artillery tanks. I believe these guys are placing themselves quite strategically, it has to be said. They've got access to at least 3 flags. They've got line of sight with Delta, Echo and Foxtrot. They're not far from Charlie if they're required at Charlie. They could also, at a push, one of them could go to Golf. So I have to say that their armor deployment on this map is very sensible. It's not a strategy that I can argue with, but who knows really? Who knows whether it's the one to try? It does seem to be working for them. But that said, they are still a 34-point deficit. So although they are holding a flag majority here with only Golf as a swing flag, making an attempt on Charlie. I'm just going to go and take a look at how Charlie's going here. Got Squirrel down there. He looks pretty heavily outnumbered. Sinister Being getting the kill on Squirrel there. Animosity and Washed Up Riptide coming in to support him though. But it looks like the I4NI are struggling a little bit there. PT are getting the elevated position again on them and making use of the cover that's available to them. Just to give them that slight strategic advantage. And wow, that was a crash and a half. Wow. Right, so getting back into the game here, looks like PT are happy that Charlie flag is now secure. But that said, Delta is looking incredibly hot. I see multiple armor pieces and a light skin vehicle as well as multiple infantry on Delta. And these guys are in a good position if they so choose to completely push them off Charlie altogether. PT could definitely lose this at this stage. It could still go either way. I4NI are making an incredible comeback here. They were down as far as 50 points, but that has now got down to 30 or 40 points. No, 30 points. We are about to hit the last 50 points of the first round of the first match here, guys. And this is a 16 versus 16 I4NI versus Prototype, hosted by Hardcore League, shoutcasted by myself, KLW Hitman Pike, Esports Shoutcaster. If you're enjoying what you're watching, guys, what you like, what you're listening to, do give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow. Start getting involved. Sign yourself up to the community today. This is growing fast. Now's the time to get involved. Whilst we're still in early days. But yeah. Alright, so at the moment, I4NI still making an attempt on Charlie flag. And we're getting into the last 40 points here, as the points lead is now down to 19 points. This is incredible, guys. This is going to be a really tight game. I4NI are pulling it back. They're maintaining that flag majority. They're now hitting prototype on all 3 of their flags. This is going to be leading to unreal, incredible amounts of strain. They're now less than 10 points away from taking that lead, and prototype are starting to flag at the moment. They are taking the lead, I4NI, and I think they're going to take it. It is going to be an incredibly close one. I think it is going to come down to the last 10 points here. You've got Berg putting down heavy shots on Squirrel, Animosity, and Hellzoot at the moment. You've got Swiss Pro in there, getting up in their grill, trying to take them out. Trying to get the kills on them. And these guys really are now in a position to take this. It's going to really be a tight game here, guys, at the Hardcore League. So, who's going to take? Who is going to get this? Oh, it's a good job we haven't put money down on this, because right now people would be going crazy. Berg's still putting the fire down. I think I think they're going to take it. I4NI, I think, are going to take this at this stage. There they go. They've taken the lead. It's now neck and neck, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 2-horse race as we come into the last 5 points of the round. Neck and neck, PT in the lead, but I4NI take coming up very slowly, and I do believe that was a win for I4NI by 3 tickets there, so congratulations on an incredibly close round there, guys. That was brilliant to see. Wow, I felt like I was shoutcasting a horse racing event, the Grand National or something there. That was amazing, guys. So if you've liked what you're watching, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Prototype versus I4NI communities, hosted by Hardcore League 16 versus 16 large-scale competitive Battlefield 1. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. Just absolutely outstanding performance by both teams. Absolutely outstanding. Okay guys, I'm just giving my voice a rest there. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm just going to cut the ad reel short there and just play you our new promo reel, courtesy of the guys over at Rec Filming. These guys are Battlefield legends. They put a lot of love and passion into their work, as a lot of the Battlefield community does. But as you can see from the choreography, guys, there's a lot of work that's gone in behind the scenes here, and big shout out for Rec for making us this this outstanding trailer. It's absolutely brilliant. So guys, if you like what you've been watching, what you've been listening to, thanks for joining us. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, esports shoutcaster with the Hardcore League. Just going to tell you a little bit about our partners and sponsors, guys. We've got the guys over at gamers/community.network. Head over to the Facebook page. we are united. They are going to be the one true voice of video gamers in the very near future, ladies and gentlemen. So do go and support them. They're run by a fantastic team. They've got a lot of fingers in many pies, and they are just absolute legends to work with. We really appreciate the effort that they put in behind the scenes. We also have the guys over at Dice versus Community. Now, I'm sure a lot of you out there have heard about Dice versus Community, but they run some exceptionally fun events with some amazing prize giveaways. You can get involved with them. Head over to their Facebook page at Dice versus Community and get involved with them that way. Okay, guys, I think we will be going to the 3-minute mark here. I'm just going to swap over my team labels so I've got them in the right areas. That's very important. Okay, guys, so if you're enjoying what you're watching, what you're listening to, and you're wondering how you can get involved with us, then speak to the mods who are in chat. There's going to be plenty of them there. The stream is lit at the moment. Thank you all for joining us. Just resting my voice a little bit, guys, because this is going to be a long old cast, I think, judging from these guys. He's getting new. Right, coming up to the 1 minute 10 marker, guys. We should be underway shortly. Let's have a little bit of history about the Sinai Palestine campaign in the background here. It started on January 28th, 1915, when the Suez Canal was raided by the Ottoman empires. They decided that they wanted to assist the Central Powers and the war that was going on in Europe on the Western and Eastern Front, and they decided to do that by attacking the Suez Canal, forcing the British to have to send troops who they were otherwise going to send to the Western Front. They had to send them to the Suez Canal, and they sent, in the end, in total 1.2 million men over. Out of that 1.2 million men, on the Allied side, there were 61,000 casualties. I mean, again, incredible numbers, really, incredible statistics there. Looks like we've just hit the 3-minute mark, guys, so we are underway. And again, I'm just going to look at how each team is going to approach this. And it looks like we've got definitely more of a concerted effort to hit golf this time by the guys over at Prototype. Last round, that wasn't very much interest to the community. So either side, actually. So it'll be interesting to see whether both sides are going to put effort on that or whether it's just going to be one side. Because at the moment, it looks like Prototype are moving in exclusively on it. Just going up again to Charlie and Prototype holding strong on Charlie. Well, actually, initially, no, they're not. Just going to have a look at the top-down view here and see how things are rolling out. It does look like Squirrel and Tensified are the only two prototypes hitting Charlie at the moment. They are very much on their own. I do believe they've got armor coming up from Bravo, but that armor is going to take its time because they're obviously in a heavy tank. At the moment, Squirrel and Garbage are just putting enough fire down. Oh, Tensified's back in there now, so they are supported, the three of them. They're putting enough fire down just to keep the guys over at I4NI busy, keeping their heads down. They're not really able to move out from the position they've got in that building. But that said, at the moment, Animosity and Squirrel are in a very vulnerable position, and they're obviously going to be vulnerable to sniper fire. And it does look like Nation Under God has decided to make use of that vulnerability. He's got on their flank and is now putting pretty effective sniper fire down on them, which is an absolutely fantastic bit of skill, squad skill work to use. He's got his main attacking force over here, and he's covering from an elevated position, you know, off towards Delta direction, which is away from the main attacking force here of I4NI that are now moving into Charlie. And they seem to be capping it with very little resistance, just taking a little bit of damage from the air there as one of their members just got wiped out by the darts. Crazy Gaming and Jagerbomb and Berg all currently holding firm on Charlie, with Millhouse moving up in support on Charlie. It does look like they like to keep Millhouse and Berg together in the tanks, so I'm glad to see that at this stage they've got, you know, dedicated vehicle crews, because that is one thing that I do find makes a big difference to how the map progresses, is how experienced your vehicle guys are. So I'm just going to take a look at the table view at the moment, because between the two communities there's not much gap in the points, although I4NI at the moment do not have the flag lead. The initial flag and points lead does appear to have gone to Prototype Gaming, and with I4NI starting to push out now towards Delta. Just starting to put a bit of pressure on the other flags. Not too sure why this guy keeps jumping in the air by about 200 feet. Let's just move on. Crazy getting into top cover position, stag position, to put fire down on the tank. As he does that, the tank also has just taken another 2 or 3 tank hits, shells there. So they've been able to get rid of that tank, you know, in under a matter of seconds. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, JMB. Welcome to the stream, buddy. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, your shoutcaster with Hardcore League for tonight. Oh, just need to turn that music off there. Okay, I'm covering iCrazy Gaming at the moment. He's making his way into Delta, making use of the Hell Regal factory. As things go for him at the moment, he's taken a lot of fire from Echo direction, and it does look like one of his enemies was able just to wipe him out there. Washed up, putting a lot of fire down on the guys here. Quite effective, but he is starting to take... He's starting to take a little bit of fire, so he's going to need to relocate. He's relocated. He's got into a bit of a better position of cover. Jagerbomb there, just getting taken out by the darts in the background. That was Mordred, which was good to see. So looks like I4NI at the moment taking the flag lead. Whether they'll be able to catch up on points is yet to be seen, because at the moment it does look like Prototype are moving in strong on Charlie. And when I say strong, they must be about 6 deep, 7 deep there, plus armor. So Tensified, One Nation Under God, Whozy, Crazy Gaming, they're definitely up against it, especially with the presence of that heavy tank, which is obviously putting a lot of fire down range to their position. Tarpy just managing to get one of the I4NI guys there, and looks like they have cleaned up there now and have been able to secure Echo in the background, leaving them a clear route now to Charlie. That said, Millhouse is still here in the tank. He's currently really low on health. He's probably possibly it looks like they've managed to get him repaired up, but he's definitely taken a lot of damage there, and needs to get pulled back, because he's about to have a heavy tank moving in from Echo possibly, unless the heavy tank is going to head for Delta. That said, I have no visual on the heavy tank at the moment, so I'm just going to nip into tabletop view here and see how the overall lie of the land looks, because at the moment it looks like PT are still holding that flag lead, but only just, with Delta acting as a swing flag. So I'm just going to come in on Delta here for a moment, if it's going to let me, and just see how things look. We've got Berg in the tank providing support on Delta there, making it easier for his squad mates to capture. Carito taking a near miss hit from the darts there off one of the buddies in the plane. Looks like he's coming around for another hit. Marcelo is also just holding up on Delta nice and tight. Looks like these guys have got all their corners covered, and it does look like they've now taken the flag lead. Whether they'll have that flag lead for long enough to make a difference is yet to be seen. Prototype are now pulling up on Charlie as a vanguard. I count 7 infantry plus armour moving in on the what's left of the Charlie defensive. You've got Millhouse in the background there, desperately trying to pull back. He only moved up here to get repairs, so he's going to be probably pretty gutted that that Prototype have decided to hit Charlie at this particular time, just as he's making use of the repairs. But he is covered by Berg there, so Razor is at the moment on a 2-to-1 ratio. He's going to possibly want to consider pulling back there, because he's going to be extremely vulnerable to double hits off Berg. But he has managed to get Millhouse going down there. Razor just taking 3 or 4 hits in as many seconds, and it looks like Razor is going to be going down on Charlie here. He is attempting to keep his repairs up. He's getting the smokes out, but Squirrel and his buddies have been able to move around the backside of Charlie, clearing it out, giving Razor just enough opportunity to start putting enough repairs down just to give him the slight advantage. He's now just started taking fire off ENG, but Animosity taking ENG out in the background, leaving Razor clear to finish his repairs on Charlie. As things look at Charlie at the moment, things are pretty secure here. A lot of contact coming in from Bravo, including a tank and 7+ infantry. One thing I'm really starting to notice about I4NI at the moment is they do like to run as an infantry van, whereas PT like to run as an armoured van. And, both tactics work. It just depends on what the other team's doing at that time. It does look like Tong Po is struggling here with the armour at the moment, as Berg gets the final hit on him there. They were able to push up on the far side of Charlie. Animosity tensified, one of the last few remaining PTs on the flag, and unfortunately he's just gone down there. Tensified, last PT. If I was him, I'd be going for ground. I wouldn't be drawing attention to myself. It does look like he's fairly dedicated to this firefight with Sinister Being at the moment, but Berg is now pushing up, and if no one spawns in on Tensified, then they are going to completely lose this position on Charlie. So guys, if you like what you're watching, what you're listening to, thanks for joining us on KLW Hitman Pie. Deadeye in the party. Sorry, in modding in the chat. If you want to get involved, talk to him. He's one of the founders and knows everything about it. I do spend a lot of time doing stuff with the Hardcore League, but he is the one that truly knows everything. He's the all-seeing eye of Hardcore League. Just covering Marcelo and Tarpey. Tarpey going down to Marcelo there. Marcelo getting a good opportunity to have his squad mate spawn on top of him, but whether he's going to make use of that opportunity or whether his squad mates are has yet to be seen, because they do seem to be holding pretty strong here on Charlie, and that's going to give them good access to Delta and Echo. Just looking over towards Delta, it does look like we've got an infantry assault occurring, but no armour to support them. Man lookalike pushing in on Washdot, getting the kill there, but Animosity moving in, and Garbage is getting the kill. So well done to him on Man Loki. Razor bringing up the heavy armor now to support them on Charlie. It doesn't look like there's any I4NI immediately on Charlie, and they have lost that. They have maintained that that point deficit as well as the flag deficit. They're now possibly even going to get pushed out onto 2 flags here. So at this stage, it is going to be hard for them to come back, but we've still got 175 points left, or 185 points left of the round. Razor at the moment just trying to clear up Man Loki, probably doing more damage to the local buildings and civilian population than he is by actually shooting Loki. Loki has just managed to wipe out all the PT on the Charlie flag, PT infantry, with just Razor now left. He's now been able to provide a spawn for both his buddies. They look to have gone on a pincer movement. That was almost choreographed, the way Darth Vader and Necro Griff moved out of that building then. Did you see how they moved out? They split up, they went in opposite directions, which would have split the made the tank hesitate. However, unfortunately, that strategy didn't work. They went down, their spawn went down, and now it looks like PT have got a solid hold on Charlie, with only 4 or 5 contacts coming in, 5 infantry contacts coming in on Delta. So, just going to look at tabletop here for a minute. One Nation Under God having a good round. Let's just have a look at those scores. And it's your boy Osama running at 16-1 at the moment. That is incredible. I'm just going to find him and see how he's getting on, because those are some excellent scores right there. Okay, he's in the plane. That doesn't surprise me, because he's doing so well. We do find that the pilots do incredibly well. Can do if the planes are utilised properly by people who know really what they're doing with them, and who can really sort of use them skillfully. They're the ones that definitely you want in the flag sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied, in the planes. Just going back down to Charlie here for a minute, because Charlie is looking incredibly hot. An Animosity running in with Tensified backing him up, but they are seriously outnumbered. And with I4NI losing their squad right, left, and centre, leaving Instabring to go down on his own. And looks like Eversniper also just spawned in. That's quite unfortunate spawn timing there. But it looks like PT have now got Charlie flag secure. If you guys are liking what you're watching, thanks for joining me. Head over to our Facebook page, search at Hardcore League. Is it H League Official? That's definitely the Twitter. If you want to follow us on Twitter, guys, HL Official. Head over to.
So what's the plan?
I'll just mute that for a second. All right. So we're coming here into the last 90 points of the round, and it does look like at the moment the initial points lead is going to the guys at Prototype. Last round was won by a mere 3 points. If oops, a daisy! Just managed to knock my controller off the side. Just make a note of what that team won by there. Alright, my apologies about that, guys. Let's just get back onto Charlie, Echo here for a minute. See how that looks. Echo secure. These guys are happy that Echo's secure, so they're moving on to Charlie flag. So basically the way this works, guys, is... Let me just pull up the right page. Just to explain, in case you're new to Hardcore League, any team that accumulates the most tickets between 2 rounds on any given map. So basically, we add all the scores together at the end of the round, and whoever's got the most wins. So I'm sure Deadeye is on hand to help me out with my maths here, but just pull it up. Yeah. PT got 497 points last round, 500 points to I4NI. This round is going to be, it's still hard to say, but I think definitely at this stage, as we reach the last 30 points, we're going to be potentially looking at a win here for PT. Just cover cynicism there for a minute as he covers between Charlie and Delta, getting one of his boys in the background there, and managing to get a drop on Darth Invader. And congratulations to both teams. $408 points to I4NI and 500 points to PT. So let me do the maths. So congratulations to Apple Squad on I4NI. Good win there. Alright guys, just a little shout out to our sponsors out there. The guys that make it all possible here at the Hardcore League. People that we very much appreciate their efforts behind the scenes and their support. Just give them a check out. You still there, Deadeye? If I tell you the score from last round and this round, can you figure it out? Alright guys, I'm just going to rest my voice for a few minutes here. I'm going to pull up Xbox One Community Top 10 clips, courtesy of Toxic Costs.
The lust for absolute dominion has corrupted the heavens. Why must you mortals shatter the balance that has been so carefully preserved?
Guys, just to give you an idea of what's going on. This is the map from the overall sort of the overall campaign that was going on during the 1914 to 1917 conflict. The Austro-Hungarians got pretty much wiped out by the Italians. Due to a series of pretty much catastrophic errors on the part of the Austro-Hungarian High Command. And yeah, if you can't stand the heat, then get out the kitchen. There you go, guys, just to give you an idea. Coming up to the 3-minute mark in 30 seconds, guys, and we will be getting underway here at the Hardcore League with Prototype versus I4NI. So far, we've seen 2 incredibly close rounds. so close that I'm actually going to have to go away and do the maths before I announce who is winning so far. However, I do believe Mr. Deadeye is in the chat somewhere, so I'm sure if I give him the numbers, he will be able to help us out there. That's amazing, guys. Hitting 40 viewers. Really do appreciate you guys coming in and checking in with us here on this Saturday morning. We've just hit that 3-minute mark, guys, and again, as I always like to, I'm starting the tabletop view. We're just going to see how each community forms up. Already seeing a death on the I4NI side of the map, which is not a good start necessarily, but I'm sure this won't come down to one point this round, but who knows, we will see. Alright, looks like A Crazy Gaming is going straight for Echo, and a couple of the guys at PT have also had a similar idea. It does look like I4NI have taken the initial infantry majority on the objective, and with Prototype keeping in their boats at that stage, really. Looks like they figured out where they're at, and unfortunate spawn timing there for ZA Bear. Oh, sorry, for Man Loki. As iCrazy moves in, he's now going to make an attempt on the... oh, what a good hit. Very unfortunate for him there that he was just right under the eyes of that field gun there. Just covering Washed Up here for a minute. He's now happy that he's secured Echo. So potentially I think now he's going to move on. But I was just going to say, he just had an Austro-Hungarian guy just pop his head up there. And... sorry, an Italian guy just pop his head up there. Another Italian body on the flag. So Washed Up's in a good position to potentially take Echo now. He has only... oh, looks like someone else has just managed to spawn. He's getting his egress route ready to go. Getting the barbed wire out the way in case they start taking major contact. Just like this, he can get round and hit them up before they even know what's going on. So that's 3-4 kills that Washed Up's on now. Who won the first map? I4NI did, and when they won, Prototype had 497 tickets, and then in the second match, Prototype won, and I4NI had 408 tickets. Right, just have a look at the tabletop view here, guys, and see how the top-down view looks. At the moment, doesn't really look like anyone's got a flag majority. We'll see what the outcome is at Delta and Charlie. It does look like I4NI, though, are going to be taking that initial flag majority. We're running neck and neck on points up until right now, and I4NI are going to start taking the points on, the lead on points there. So it's going to be down to Prototype to definitely fix the issue. They're now playing a defensive round until they're able to catch up with flags. Oh, god damn it, I keep forgetting to turn my music off. Alright, just covering Riptide here at the moment. He's taking a lot of fire. He's trying to keep his repairs up on his friendly tank here, but you know, he is taking fire from somewhere, and he needs to get into some cover and quick because he's down to 50% health. That is definitely going to be an issue for him. However, we are playing core, so he is going to regen his health. Getting some awesome kills with the BAR there, just going to show how accurate you can be if you use it. Oh, he's invisible. So let's just have a look at what that looks like. Yeah, it looks like something out of Harry Potter. But no getting away from that Bristol that's just dropped some anti-infantry grenades on him there. And it looks like PT have been able to take the flag majority back and are now in the lead, with I4NI following up by approximately 10 points. Just covering Millhouse here for a minute. Millhouse having quite a good round, going 3-0. Millhouse being one of the main tank operators for I4NI. This is their debut match here at the Hardcore League. They have scrimmed previously more on the battlefield scene, so for them to be performing this well is, you know, it's really good to see. Prototype, very similar. They're quite new to the competitive scene, but I believe they were active on Battlefield 4, so it's just a little bit of you know, getting used to the new gameplay, you know, the way that the game, because the game Battlefield 1 definitely demands that you play it a different way to Battlefield 4, with the variation of the weapons, the choice of the weapons, and, you could really, get a weapon and choose it for a specific task, whereas on this, you have to overcome these quite limited, relatively speaking, weapons. So, just covering Rapid Pup here at the moment. Rapid Pup covering Stag up in the fighter. Doesn't look to be too much going on in the general scheme of things, so he's just rocking around in circles there. So just covering Animosity at the moment. Animosity's on Charlie, getting some mines down defensive style. Obviously got the compromise at Charlie. They are going to need to figure out where they're being captured from, because at the moment they're very vulnerable in the position. I definitely wouldn't be looking out of the flag when when you've got contacts inside the flag. That's just asking to get shot in the back. Moving on to AZ Bear here as he moves into golf. He's supported by, I didn't actually see. Let's have a look. Supported by Garbage 101. It looks like they've got very little resistance there on golf at the moment, and as things go, this appears to be pretty clean cut for them. It's a pretty clean capture. The nearest flag they've got, enemy flag that they've got, looks to be Charlie, although Fox is being captured at the moment. It has got Tarpy, Razor and Tong Po moving in, backed up by Mordred on the point there. Let's just see whether he gets Darth Invader. Darth Invader just about holding out there, but he's really on his own. He's the hunted who's become the hunter has become the hunted, and he's moving out to the last possible room, and it still looks like he's still running around there. The guys don't seem to be able to kill him. They have killed him, but not in time, now that Swiss Pro and Crazy Games have moved in, with Razor putting heavy shots down in the tank, just getting a ricochet there from one of the armor pieces shooting down off the hill there. We've got Millhouse putting heavy fire down on Razor here. Hasn't really got the angle, as I say, did manage to ricochet a couple of his shots there, but that said, things are looking a bit more secure here at Fox. Now, there's only two enemies, three now actually, so it is still a little bit hot and cold here at Foxtrot. But that said, they are doing quite a good job of holding things here. Jaeger Bomb and Squirrel currently running around. Not too much fighting going on between the two of them here. Tensified has come in to back him up. Whether he'll be able to start putting fire down on Jaeger Bomb does look like it. And I'm just going to lip into tabletop mode here, guys. Let's just give us a look down at what's the overall view. Take a step back, look at the canvas. And PT are still running a flag majority, just about. It's not much of a points lead. I4NI are following up short behind by 10 points. Just as PT ZA Bear moves into Bravo, initially unopposed. It does look like there's going to be some enemy contacts, and he does look to be taking some fire from across the street there. But looking into Bravo here, things are secure as he moves up. He's got contacts on the top right there, making good use of the auto-loading 8.25, and unfortunately going down to ZA Bear, who's making use of the Hell Regal 1915 factory. Just going back onto Millhouse here for a minute, as he's battling it out with Tong Po, and it's come down to broadsides. And at the moment, doesn't seem to be... didn't mean to do that. Doesn't seem to be able to quite get the angle, but Millhouse still having a good round here, still hasn't died yet. Only got 400 points, four kills. I would have expected a little bit more than that. He's going out of the area here. I'm not too sure what his plan is, whether he knows... Oh, he does look like he knows what he's doing. He's obviously done that before. Now in a really good position to hit Tong Po from the flank. But whether he's able to get the elevation is... I don't think he's going to get that elevation. So despite the risk he took, he's got nothing to show for it. That said, Berg is is also putting fire down on the same tank. He's just between Bravo and Charlie at the moment. Delta and Charlie, putting fire down on the heavy tank off in the distance there. You've also got Millhouse putting fire down on top of the hill as well. So between the two of them, I would imagine the PT tank is in a lot of trouble. So between Charlie and Delta at the moment, we're watching Washed Up move up on Jaegerbomb. Jaegerbomb putting him down there. Not too much issues. He looks like he was backed up by 4 of his squad mates, but Crazy Gaming and Swissy Pyro are hitting them on the flanks there, making it hard for them to push up without taking casualties. That said, Tensified has just put them both out their misery, leaving the path open between them and Charlie. Cynicism Washed Up now holding Charlie actual, and it looks like the flag's dropping quite quickly with very little resistance, which will give, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it will give them Delta and Charlie. So at this stage, I4NI have got Echo secured, so they've still got a foothold. But they're going to need a better foothold than that. They are going to need to regain themselves on top of Delta. Delta is quite a hard map to, quite a hard flag to take. You know, it's on an elevated position. There's a lot of covers. You know, we discussed that before, and on Sinai Desert. Fighting uphill is a lot harder than fighting downhill. You're a lot more exposed if you're assaulting up the hill than what you would be fighting down the hill. But it looks like PT are holding out on Delta just about here as I4NI move in. Only one nation under God is left. He needs to pull back for the spawn. But he is definitely, no, he just jumped to his suicide. Not before more of the I4NI guys were able to spawn in and you know, do some damage. It does look like Samurai's just gone down, and the Vanguard has just moved into Delta in the form of Tongpo and his infantry support. So these guys now split the middle of the map. They can deny them Foxtrot and Golf quite easily at this stage. It's very hard for Armour to get past Charlie position without getting into a contact with those occupants at Charlie. So really what we're going to need to see from I4NI is for them to, you know, change up their tactics, possibly send a light skin vehicle or drop someone out in a parachute, or as they're doing over on Golf, to do an amphibious assault. That said, there's only 2 of them. If they get compromised here, this could definitely be an issue for them, but they are pushing up with very little resistance at the moment, and as things go, the guys could be in a far worse position. Fox is getting hit as well, which is going to distract any enemies from hitting Golf exclusively. So it's always a fun a favoured tactic of mine. I like to hit two flags at once. Just because it divides the enemy forces, it distracts them. You know, they've got to have that conversation about which flag they're going to, you know, defend first. And I just find that that's definitely a good way to slow their response down. Does look like Foxtrot isn't falling as nicely as Golf. And let's just have a look here at how Foxtrot is looking. Guys, if you haven't already done so, please give us a follow. Do make sure you do, because this is Battlefield 1's biggest competitive outlet. And in here you are watching a live 16 versus 16 competitive match. Tong Po moving in just to the upside of Foxtrot, between Foxtrot and Delta. Putting a lot of fire down. Looks like Washed Up and AZ Beard is moving in as well. Carito definitely is going to struggle on his own there against 2 infantry and an armor piece, but Ever Sniper is just coming as well to back him up. And at this stage, it's not a massive points divide. We've only seen a points divide currently of 20 tickets, and you know, it could still go either way. I4NI currently, Prototype currently taking the lead, with I4NI bringing up the rear. I4NI have been fighting quite hard. They did manage to win the first round in the last 50 tickets of the round. It was quite incredible to see. At the moment, it does look like we've got a bit of a fight going on, an aerial assault, as the planes get into a bit of dogfighting. It would appear this guy is in a lot of trouble, as he's got 2 fighters on his 6 o'clock. But it's your boy Obama is happy that he can pull off, because he's down to 25% health. Definitely the sensible option of the 2. He's allowing his Blueberry to continue on the 6 o'clock of that enemy. Once he's fully repped up, he can head back in. At the moment, Delta looks like war crimes are going on here. It just looks like absolute genocide. I4NI are really struggling. Again, they're fighting uphill. They they've definitely, from a strategic point of view, they are at a disadvantage here. EverSniper is about to move in and get a kill, but Riptide just managing to put his kill streak to an end there. Razor holding firm there in the armor. He's getting very close to Delta objective. To maintain that defense from I4NI. I4NI still struggling to actually get that Delta objective to drop. So it looks like they've head to Charlie now, which is definitely a strategy I'd advise. As things are at the moment, the Austro-Hungarians are in a lead, who are being played by Prototype. And currently, I4NI are bringing up the rear, approximately 18 points deficit there. They are fighting hard over Charlie at the moment. Delta was the initial contact, but things seem to have moved on from Delta a little bit and are now moved into Charlie. With the guys putting a tremendous amount of fire down on each other, but not much movement in terms of the flag. So this says to me that obviously both teams are quite well matched, really, and things. It looks like I4NI just lost their armor support, so that's going to leave Prototype in a good position to capture and hold Charlie. I wonder after this whether they're going to be headed to Delta or whether they'll head to Bravo. Me personally, if Bravo was a bit more clear at this stage, I would be concentrating on Bravo, especially as Prototype is so lit here. They've got enough teammates here, so they could be hitting 2 objectives at once, which is going to split down the enemy team into 2 pieces. It does look like a lot of them have got knocked back to Alpha. Not many coming in at Foxtrot, which you might have assumed might have been the lesser of the 2 evils because of the walk. Again, it just depends on what vehicles are available in the spawn at that time. Hey James, the scores are the first round for map 1 was a win to I4NI, and they won by 3 points. Map 2 was a win for Prototype, and they won by 92 points. This is a 16 versus 16. Oh, thank you very much for the follow there, my friend. We really appreciate that, Rossio boy. Thanks for getting involved, dudes. Do go over to our website. Either sign yourself up as a free agent, or as sign yourself up to sign your community up today, and we'll get you scrimming next week. Currently, we have 93 communities signed up with us, and we've got a member base of just over 1,800 players across all 3 platforms. We are Battlefield 1's biggest, most professional competitive outlet. No one else is doing it on near the scale that we are. In fact, I don't really think anyone else is really doing large-scale competitive Battlefield. I think this is our little niche of the market. So if you want to get involved in the 32 versus 32 competitive scrims, then here is the place to do it, guys. Alright, Roscoe, who do you play for, my friend? What team are you with? I might be shoutcasting your match. Garbage moving in there. Wandering Samurai. He's also put fire down, and he managed to walk away with the win there. Tong Po in the background, and Jaeger Bombs just following him up. But Tong Po just going down. Wasn't able to put up much of a fight. And at the moment, Golf looks to be pretty secure. Foxtrot, however, a little less so. We've got a lot of movement between the 2 flags. In the meantime, I'm just going to take a look at the guys up at PT on Delta and just see what their objective is, because they're taking a lot of fire from Bravo objective. We've got armor headed from Bravo to Charlie, as well as a van of infantry. The guys at the PT on Delta are just trying to put harassing fire down and take out as many infantry as they can whilst they cross that open. The infantry very exposed there to Razor's rounds. But one thing that he isn't really going to be able to stop at that range is Millhouse and his heavy tank. Millhouse now moving into position on Charlie, giving his boys a place to spawn in, which is probably a good job, because it's your boy Obama is absolutely wrecking the other team with those darts. That said, it wasn't enough of a damage hit for a win. I didn't even see what the points were there, so someone make a point of noting the points. Right. 487 to 500. So, congratulations to the Italians for a lovely win there. Keeping it true to history, the Italians did walk away with a victory. It was a decisive Italian victory, and it actually resulted in the cessation of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. They had to split their countries up. It was that bad. So the Italians have won that. No, sorry. Yeah, the You're in Rift. Oh, buddy, nice one. Yeah, I'll be covering your match. I'll make a point of getting some airtime with you there, dude, because definitely that sounds like fun, man. Love to looking forward to showcasting a Rift game. I know James McGames James was talking about he was looking forward to playing and not having to shoutcast for once. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. Alright, in the meantime, guys, I'm just going to throw up the lovely ads and sponsors that we have out there. The guys over at Gamers Community, gamers/community.network. We've also got Dice Versus Community. We've got the girls and boys over at Xbox One, Battlefield 1 Community on Facebook. We've also got iClan's websites, Kimazuku Gaming, the guys at Rec Films. We've got loads of people that we're involved with. Alright, just waiting for them teams to sort themselves out. Just these guys getting themselves sorted out. Yeah, it's an incredibly tight game. Like, you know, both teams were very well met. Did anyone happen to notice? I know I caught the points at the end of each round. Did anyone actually notice who the winning team of last round was? I'm assuming it was it was Prototype, but I don't want to write that down until I'm sure. We have 2 on Sunday. Oh God, which one am I? It's on my Facebook, dude. Check it out. Are they? Labels are wrong, are they? Oh, yeah. Oh God. Which side is who? That's embarrassing. Oh yeah, they were wrong. My apologies, guys. The labels were actually wrong last round. My apologies. I've just been informed by Mason. Just waiting for that 3-minute mark, guys, and we will be underway. Just 2 minutes out from that 3-minute mark when we will be making tracks. Here we are at round 2, map 2. Roscoe's like a Rift hustler. Yeah, each team's got to have a hustler, man. Each team's got to have that one person who goes out there and makes stuff happen. You know, who goes out there, recruits people, gets the community's you know, social media up and running. And that's one thing that, you know, guys, make sure you've got social media on all platforms for all your communities. You know, you know, we really want you guys to get maximum exposure out to the Battlefield community and the wider gaming community. You know, and to do that, it's really straightforward to set up these pages. You know, it's really straightforward to get them uniform looking. If you're not sure on how to do it, get in touch with one of the Hardcore League staff. I'm sure they won't mind, including myself, helping you out, giving you some advice for that process. So we're getting up to the 3-minute mark here, guys, and we will be underway. And we're just 10 seconds out, guys. They are prototype, my friend. Mr. Pro Wiley, how the devil are you, sir? Good to see you in the party. Hey guys, let's see if we can get this up to 50 viewers. Give me a like, give me a share, give me a follow. All of you can hit that share button on the bottom right hand side, just below the bottom of the stream. And click on the Twitter, click on the Facebook. Let people know, let your friends know that this is going on and they need to get involved. Alright, just looking at tabletop view at the moment, just seeing how both communities are bring it on. And it looks like initially the guys at PT have got the got things covered on Delta, but just as things move up the hill, we've got I4NI, and they are about to start putting pressure down on Delta. Where's my game volume gone? Things are very quiet. I don't know where my game volume's gone at the moment. My apologies, guys. No, don't know where that's gone. So I have to play without game volume for the time being, if you guys don't mind. Alright, let's just cover again. Washed Up looks like they're following a similar track to last round, which is good to see the consistency, but again, at the same time, I think it's good for communities to come in with two tactics, two alternative tactics to use, just because obviously during the first round, people are going to get to see how you perform, and obviously they're going to, as a result of that, they're going to anticipate that. They're more likely to anticipate that tactic being used again. So one thing I would advise, although it's definitely good to have like a strategy to work from, it's better to have 2 or 3 strategies to work from. You know, the teams that are able to be dynamic, change things up, are definitely the teams that go on to win high numbers of rounds. Alright, we've got One Nation Under God here at the moment. He's just covering Charlie. Things are pretty hot here at the moment as they seem to be taking some kind of heavy artillery hits. It's just, oh, and that was a close one between him and ZA Bear, but ZA Bear just able to take him out with his auto-loading 8.25. Swiss Pyro, he looks to be a little bit up the creek without a paddle, low on health, and look, I'm not too sure what his objective is here. I think he's probably going to clear out Charlie, but he might just move to Delta. Probably advisable that he just moves to Delta because Charlie is really going to be hot at this stage, I think. And unfortunately, he's just gone down there. Well, guys, let's move on. Let's just have a look at the quick tabletop view, see what the points and flags difference is. At this stage, both teams are holding out pretty equal on flags. We've got two swing flags, Delta and Charlie. At the moment, with Prototype holding Alpha Bravo strong, I4NI holding Echo Foxtrot Golf strong, whilst retaking both Charlie and Delta. Prototype might be flagging a little bit here. I4NI might be making a little bit of a sort of an offensive. That said, they do seem to be consolidating Delta, but Charlie is looking problematic. So I'm just going to go into Charlie here because Prototype are definitely taking over on Charlie. They've got the flag secure, and they're obviously happy to move up now. Cynicism is just very cleverly, he's at the flag capture radius, but he's got eyes on down towards Delta, so any contacts that come in, he's going to be in a good position to engage them and ambush them, which at the very least, you know, is going to stop the enemy team from just walking straight back on them at Charlie. Okay, Prototype now focusing on Echo, and we're just covering Fallen here as he makes life hard for the aircraft. Those fighters are extremely vulnerable to AA, and does look like Fallen's is going to burn out his gun. One thing I would say is it's definitely worth not firing at, or firing at in bursts. I noticed he was leading his shots in there. Realistically, he wants to lead the gun in and then lead his shots in, because he was firing and at the same time he was actually behind the plane. And obviously he's not going to do any damage until he is able to bring that gun up to really bear. So Hostile PT at the moment, he's just covering. I can't afford one of these sawn-off shotguns, unfortunately, because I haven't got enough war bonds, which is absolutely ridiculous. Because I really wanted to use it because it looks amazing, especially in close quarters. But EA or DICE in their wisdom have decided not to give us enough of the war bonds. So Berg is covering Bravo at the moment, and he is putting shots down and into Bravo. It doesn't look like there's too much going on, just a heavy tank in the background there. Berg's about to start laying it out, and I don't think he's quite got the angle there. He's hit a bit of an invisible wall, which is always frustrating, but he's just managed to glancing hit there. I don't know whether that was a hit or whether that was a glancing lit, because we've got points turned off here. Definitely time to hit that reload, buddy. Yeah, he's hitting it. That's good to see. Right, so just looking at the tabletop view again, guys. At the moment, Prototype holding a flag majority, which has given them a points lead of 26 points to I4NI's 120 points. Things could be a bit smoother for I4NI this evening, but considering this is their first ever competitive match, I think they've done extremely well. They've had an extremely aggressive game. They've not held back. Take Millhouse, for example, at the moment. You know, look at him there, tanking it away. Unfortunately, getting taken out by Razor. Bravo looks pretty secure now there. I would definitely consider leaving one tank there to defend Bravo, because he's got good eyesight, line of sight between Charlie and Delta, and he can also protect Alpha from any land assault. That said, these guys, their strategy does appear to be running as a squad, as a team. So to be honest, I would imagine these guys are probably going to stick together in the tanks and push up together. Swiss Pyro in the background there. He's just trying to get the flank with Animosity putting fire down, but Animosity not quite able to get the angle, and Swiss Pyro is just still moving around, trying to get out of the immediate view. Crazy Gaming just spawning on top of him there. Giving them both a bit of breathing space. It looks like 3 of them are now spawned in on Foxtrot with no immediate contacts due. I'm just going to go into Tong Pu, as he looks like he's got some infantry on his 6 o'clock here. See whether they follow him around. Millhouse here, just running on his own, not in a great position. He is assault at the moment, but Ballistic UK. Has Ballistic seen him? No, Ballistic has not seen him, but Millhouse missed his initial shots. Millhouse got very lucky there, because that could have been a close miss. I've never noticed these stairs before, to be honest. I've never noticed that they're there. I don't know if they added them in, but I always come up on the right side of this objective. It's very rare that I come up on this left side. Strange, isn't it, how we all stick to the same parts of the maps? We don't really realise it. Looks like Tarpy is on his own now, just holding out down at the bottom of Delta there. Doesn't look like too much is going on to concern him. He's in a good position if he needs to get onto the field gun and can start putting fire down onto Alpha objective. That said, he's probably going to want to maintain his head. Oh, he's headed over to Bravo. He's going to start putting pressure on Bravo there. And I think the idea of that is just to stop, just as another area really that they're getting hit, because things are tight between the two communities. At the moment, we've still got a points lead of 50 points with I4NI coming up behind at about 50-60 points. Washed up in the background there, he's just capturing Bravo. These guys are trying their best to capture Bravo, but it is a very slow process. Up until now, the members have been spawning on it fairly regularly, but you know, it looks like they've got a security on that now. That said, I don't know how Alpha looks. Alpha is being held by I4NI at the moment, which is obviously going to give them advantage to the rest of the map, and they're also able to bring the field gun to bear on Delta within reason. They can only just about hit that ridge line, but they can still definitely hit it. I don't know whether he's seen... Oh, no, that's the contact on the far side of Delta towards Golf side. So let's just go and have a look at Golf at the minute. See how things look over there, because... Well, and we'll swing by Echo just before we do, though, because at the moment Echo looks to be like there's quite a lot going on. We've got 2 PTs against 4 or 5 I4Is, and it looks like I4Is have got it on Echo, but only just with Ballistic and Garbage getting pushed down off the flag capture radius. So guys, if you like what you're watching, what you're listening to, thanks for joining me. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, Esports Shoutcaster with the Hardcore League. Please head over to our Facebook page, or our Twitch, or our Twitter, or our YouTube, or all of them, and sign up. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you've created an account on hardcoreleague.co. And we'll get you scrimming in the next couple of weeks. Things are ridiculously booked. We've got 12 matches over the next 48 hours. We've got Berg pushing in here on Foxtrot, trying to put the pressure down on ZA Bear and Cynicism. Millhouse is still holding strong in the tank there. He's managing to bust his nose in to have a look round, and he's letting off his cannon just to make sure that things are clear inside Foxtrot. You're going to be playing front lines for a match soon. Now that is interesting. I've been pecking Mason and Deadeye's heads about doing a front lines or an operation, but up until now we've been quite reluctant to, because obviously it's only available to those with DLC. But now it's come to Argon and I forget what other map it is. Argon and the other whatever. I think it's this one actually. I think it's like Feo Fortress or Empire's Edge. You know, that's going to enable people without the DLC to play Frontline. So that's going to definitely be one good thing about Frontline. So I assume that's what you're referring to. It was D12 rap group. Dirty Dozen. Yeah, I used to love some of their songs. Fighting music. That was hilarious. So cheesy. So 90s. So noughties, actually. Right, at the moment, let's just have a look at tabletop view and see how the two communities are getting on. PT still running a points lead with 320 points to I4NI's 200, just under 260 points. I4NI do have just about have a flag lead at the moment, but Echo is a swing flag, and Bravo as well. So we'll just see what the outcome of those two flags are. This is definitely a slower round. These guys are taking the time. Being very meticulous over their actions. It's good to see the level of professionalism being shown by both these communities, bearing in mind that this is I4NI's debut match, and Prototype only made their debut match last week. And this is what we're all about, supporting the newer communities, getting involved, providing an easy-to-use, accessible environment and structure for us to set up clan matches and tournaments and all the other various things. The Garbage there just taking Millhouse down in his tank. Millhouse was chovering Charlie, but unfortunately he was very low on health, and Garbage was able to manipulate that and put shots down. However, that said, it does look like they've got armor moving down in the background. I suspect, yeah, that's going to be I4NI. And the guys are moving in solid on Bravo. Alright, things are looking pretty hectic here at Bravo as Tarpy and Razor move in. Trying to provide for support from Alpha side. They've got Tongpo backing them up with a base of fire. The tanks are just holding back a little bit here, trying to give themselves the tactical advantage. At the moment, Berg appears to be quite open in his position, whereas Tongpo's got a lot more cover to use, and I think that's probably what just cost him his tank there. So that said, Tongpo is still up and in a position to put fire down on Bravo. He's got support from Tarpy and Razor, who are moving in from Delta direction on Bravo flag. Seriously, just take the euthanasia. No, it's not past my bedtime. I always stay up this late. I'm just, yeah, I'm definitely struggling a little bit, but no, things are all good, still good here at my end. Still a very tight round here, although PT have now got a very strong flag majority. I4NI are not in a great position to come back from that, and as far as things go, I4NI could definitely be looking at a loss here, which, if I'm not mistaken, they lost the first round as well of this map, but they won the first round of last map. So I've just got to do some maths. If Deadeye's on, I'm sure he's there to figure out the maths for us. Having a look over here at golf, as things look pretty quiet. A lot of the fighting has been done between Delta and Charlie, Bravo and Delta. You know, with the odd bit going on Echo. Echo's been quiet this map, though, to be honest. A lot of the fire concentration does appear to have been Delta. Delta being held strong at the moment by PT, but they are susceptible to attacks from Charlie. That said, only Ever Sniper and Millhouse are defending Charlie at the moment, so I do wonder whether the rest of I4NI are off hitting other objectives. Again, they are bringing that flag majority back, and they could put themselves in a position here to definitely catch up with PT. I'm not sure whether PT though are going to be a little bit too dynamic for them. They definitely do seem to be capable of changing up their tactics for whatever is demanded by the situation. That said, at the moment, PT are having a little bit of a rough run. They are recapturing Charlie, but they are losing Bravo. Alpha's now looking secure, though. They've managed to secure the initial attack on Alpha, and at the moment we've got looks pretty even between the two teams on flags, with that swing flag at Charlie. Charlie is massive at the moment in terms of attack, so I'm just going to have a look and see if I can catch some of these guys who are putting the effort down on Charlie. Just covering as a bearer here for a minute as he runs around putting a lot of cover down. Unfortunately, going down to a couple of the Austro-Hungarians there in the background. Oh dear me. Washed up here, just covering Bravo, nice and secure. Doesn't seem to be too many issues. What I'd love from you guys is some of those bitties. If someone wants to give me some bitty. That's a weird thing to call something. I'll definitely, if anyone wants me to follow anyone in particular, then please let me know who that be, and I will hook you up with a follow for them. If you've got any friends who are participating in the round. Currently still covering Washed Up at the moment as he moves into Delta. Delta is a swing flag, and it looks to be going in the favour of I4NI at the moment, so he's going to have to take his time approaching that flag because it's definitely going to be hot. Looks like these guys are on the far side. He's got a good position of cover. He's not in an elevated position, however, that could go against him. He's clearing out Delta bit by bit, and he looks to be pretty secure there now. So that being secure, he's happy. He's just gonna cover things. He's just and that would be a win to the Kingdom of Italy. So congratulations to them. $404. That would be a win to Prototype. So if I'm not mistaken, that is a win to Prototype, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to get that verified though, guys, so please just bear with me. We'll get some confirmation. Yeah. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, yeah, with 2 wins, that's 1,491. 903. So congratulations to both teams on an excellent round. Well played, guys. If you've enjoyed what you've been watching, what you've been listening to, thanks for joining me, KLW Hitman Pike Esports Shoutcast with the Hardcore League, and you have just watched a live 16 versus 16. If you'd like to get involved here at the Hardcore League, it's easy enough to do, guys. All you have to do is head over to hardcoreleague.co, sign your community up today. We'll get you scrimming next week. In the meantime, it's been a pleasure from myself, KLW Hitman Pike. Congratulations to Prototype on a very close win there. Both teams had an exceptional performance, and keep an eye out as this will be getting uploaded to YouTube, so do get watching it retrospectively so you can learn about what went well, what could go better. And in the meantime, I will see you tomorrow night, guys, because we've got another 11 matches coming up in the next 48 hours. Oh, dear me. And finally, I can rest my voice. So if anyone wants to have a chat, we are just in Discord at the moment. If anyone wants to come on, speak to us, we're going to be on there for another 5-10 minutes. And we do appreciate you guys joining us here tonight at the Hardcore League and getting involved and commenting as much as you have done. But it's been an exceptionally fun round. So I'm going to call it quits there, guys. Everyone have a good night.